WESWES show.
She's not ready. Freaking heck. Where is it?
Anyway, welcome to another episode of AFAKASI Scoop. We had such a blast on our first ever live episode last week, so we will do that again at some stage. That episode was all about cheating, and our sisters at the 135 playlist did a cheaters playlist on their podcast episode number 28. So if you haven't listened to that, make sure you go and do that. In that episode, Pans made a comment that got us thinking. She said, and I quote, girls always get a hard time when they are the side chick or mucking around, but the guy in this situation is as much of a dickhead too. Listening back to our live as well, there was a common theme of telling side chicks to go uppercut themselves and stuff. Both by us and unfortunately in the comments, so sorry. But in today's episode, we want to explore this a bit more. Are we too hard on side chicks? Is it and what is a side guy? Like, what do you call them? Why and how do people become side pieces? And we'll also finish off with the question, is it just better to stay single? All that coming up. So let's get into it, Sin.
All right. So the common name we hear for side chicks is either side chick or a hoe.
Hey.
But what do you call a guy doing the same thing? So we went to Insta and Facebook to ask our listeners, and here are some of our favorites. T, what's your favorite?
So the one I liked there, I liked options, but you don't really call them your option. I also like booty call. And booty call, and side bit. Yeah, because that's basically, I think, you don't really have another name.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But sometimes you can be a booty call, but you're not a side chick, eh?
Yeah, but there's still your bit on the side.
Yeah.
You know?
You're a bit on
So
the
you're
side.
a bit.
Yeah.
You're a bit of a piece
You're
of
not the
something.
full time. You're the
No.
side bit
Yeah.
time. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like you want to eat. Oh, no. Like you want to
Oh,
eat steak. Oh, no. Chops. Oh, no. You got steak, but you're eating chops. Oh, nah. You got steak, but you're eating chicken. No.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know.
No, I don't.
No. Go. Keep going. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just gonna carry on. I like the options one too. I actually hadn't thought about it like that, but yeah, and that came in from a guy. So I'm just wondering too. You know, we were talking about side chicks and side guys, but the guys who have the side chick, do they just see the side chick as an option? That's what I thought when the guy sent that through. So,
I
Yeah.
I like the song.
That
That
reminds me of you, that song.
Who?
of tea.
No, the song, because she used to play it all the time.
I did. I do. I love that song. This person must be telepathic to my songs. My
Must
option
be.
songs.
The other one I liked was Daddy.
I know.
Papi.
Yeah, exactly. It's all those ones.
Daddy.
And the other one is was side dick. So we actually and from that we called this episode Side Chicks and Dicks because of that one that came through. So side dick I think was my other fave. Sin, what were yours?
I liked options. Option was the first one, so that's interesting. We all must be the age where we went with options. Think about
the
it.
options open.
If we were 20, we'd go, "Oh my god, my toy boy." Or would we? Is that 30s?
I think if you're going with a 20-year-old.
Yeah, that'd be wrong, son. That's wrong to be 20 and go with a toy boy.
Oh yeah, true. That would be now. It would be fuck boy. Wait, what a drag
Okay.
to fuck boy.
Okay, you're gonna go to jail. If you are 20.
20-something, you would say it's your fuck boy.
Yeah.
That was one of the
Yeah.
names.
Yeah.
One of the that's not what I chose anyway. Options, and the other one was side bit. What? Some egg wrote in moi minis.
That would work.
And Detty was funny.
Yeah,
Detty
yeah.
was funny.
daddy.
Who says that? Come here, daddy. You
Oh.
dirty.
I think
Dirty
it's more
daddy.
Yeah,
do it with
dirty
an American accent, and I think it makes sense.
Your daddy.
Daddy.
Your daddy.
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 Now she's English British. Yeah, daddy.
Your daddy.
Such a daddy.
Daddy. Okay, that's enough. All right. Because someone's going to
Or you
follow
could be
soon.
Dutchy.
Oh, that's just another level, mate.
Okay, I guess it's easy to sit here and call out side chicks and dudes. But in nature of fairness, we want to look at the reasons, like why, how. Why does it happen? How do you become a side person, side bit? Rhea, what do you reckon?
Well, I the first one I thought of is that you didn't know you were the side chick. So like you got in, say you hooked up with someone at a club or something, and you didn't know that they were married or taken. That could be one reason why you became one. Because if you're a married person and you're out at the clubs and stuff, you kind of assume, if you're getting hit on and that, you assume that the person's single. But you might find out later. And why would you carry on, I guess, doing, like if you went into it and you didn't know, but why would you carry on being a side bit? Maybe because you catch feelings during that period. So it may have started off that way. And it depends on how long too you were that side bit without knowing. So yeah, you might have caught feelings and then it's hard to finish being a side bit. I thought maybe. Those were a couple of reasons why. Sin?
I think for some couples, why they have a side chick or side dick is just comes out like that, eh?
So natural.
Natural flow. I think it's because they want that excitement back in their life, you know? Like it's so exciting to go behind, like hiding and being secretive, and I think it's a thrill to do that and not get caught almost. So I think that's one of the reasons why they become one. Are we doing the why we're carrying on?
Yeah.
And because they carry on.
Hola. Breach, sister, breach. Hola.
I think it's a convenient because their side piece doesn't want to settle. I think some side people just do it because they can. And they know it won't go further than that.
Yeah, true.
And so they'll always go back home to their wife and they just get probably sex out of it or something that's missing in their life just for now. And then later on they'll probably stop being a side piece, you know?
Yeah.
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 UT?
Yeah. I think there's lots of ways that you can become a side piece, but I think a lot of people don't realize that they're going into it to become a side piece type thing sometimes. And then especially like you said earlier that, you know, sometimes people hitting on you don't know that they're with someone as well. And then you sort of build these feelings, or you get these, like, you get your frills and stuff like that, and, you know, you get into it, and then, I don't know, it's worse if you get to know the person more, but then you find out that they've got another, a wife or a husband at home. But at the end of it, you become a bit selfish, I think. You decide that, actually, no, he or she showed interest in me. There's a reason, so I need to be here, you know? I don't know. And that's how they stay a side chick or a side dick type thing. And then sometimes it just goes too far, I think, for some of them. That's just one of the reasons, I think.
Yeah, I think too, like you're saying, initially you like the attention, hey?
Yeah.
And so you kind of fall for the attention, and then I think sometimes too, like if you fall for their sob story, you know, like, oh man, my wife is like, you know, she's such a blah, 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 you know, this is a real, you know, easy one to kind of, you know, I think it's women too, like you kind of just, you feel sorry for them and that. And then, I'll look after you.
Yeah, they're the maddest, they're the baddest go ones though.
Yeah.
You know? And it's usually the real kuluku ones that get the side pieces too anyway. You know, 'cause, I don't know.
Yeah, I think, I agree with those. Look, I guess we acknowledge that there are different reasons why you would become a side piece and why you might stay, but do we agree that it's better, not just for the innocent parties being the people that are being cheated on, but also for yourself, that it's better to have your own partner instead of someone else's partner? Do we all agree on that? Yes.
Yes.
So if someone is in the situation, if someone is in the situation and they are a side piece, what reasons can we give them to stop being a side piece? Do you think, Sin?
I think if you're a side piece, there's some things that you need to consider, like you'll always be his dirty little secret. Like you'll never be his priority, his first priority. Because one thing about being a woman is feeling appreciated, feeling loved, being a priority from a man who claims to love you. And like, how can you be a priority if he's going back home to his wife and kids? It's kind of like knowing your worth and wanting to be with someone who makes you their first priority. But yeah.
Well, I reckon that oh, sorry, have you finished?
Yeah, okay.
She wants to go handy and tell them why to stop.
Ages. No, I think at the end of the day, like Rhea, you said, like they do have partners. Usually, they'll have partners. So you got to think the partners are trusting their husband or wife to go out and all the stuff, but they're not. You sort of feel sorry for them because they have no idea what's going on in the background. Like they have no idea, and then like sort of you trust your partner to go out, and you expect them to respect you and not to be dodgy and stuff like that. But then and I guess when you're in it, you don't really think about it. You sort of do, but then you're sort of like, actually no, you become selfish, and put yourself in the partner's position. It would break you, I guess, if you were in that position. So at the end of the day, you got to have morals. Everyone's got morals deep down somewhere in there, and you know what to do. It's just, and if you know that you want to keep playing like that, then it's not fair to the parties involved. You got to somehow man up or step up as a chick, I don't know, and just put it out there. But at the end of the day, I think you got to have your morals. You're not married to that person. You weren't, if you want to be with that person wants to be with you, sweet, get together, go. But yeah, leave all the bad stuff behind, or the other the stuff, something like that.
Well, I had read somewhere that I looked up this thing about why, like, messages from the side pieces and like their point of view, and there was one lady who said, actually a couple of them were saying, oh, I'm helping him, like, so she's helping the married guy or their relationship by being the side chick, right? Because she was saying that when he's stressed or blah blah blah, he goes to her and like releases his frustration, and then he can go back and just be husband, or like he doesn't have to because he's getting satisfied somewhere else, he doesn't have to like get that from her or like hound her for it type thing, this kind of stuff. I mean, a lot of this stuff sounds like making up excuses and that, but these people are serial side pieces. Like, they don't go out with normal single people. They actually seek out married people, and this is kind of their lifestyle. And men too. Men we're saying the same thing. It's like they get to be the side piece and then just go off and do their own, have their own life and stuff. So and they reckon they're doing the married couple a favor. And the thing I'll say to that, same as what you were saying, T, is that maybe to the married person you might be useful, but to the partner, it's not. So yeah, like you said, put yourself into the shoes of the partner who is unaware and an innocent party in it, and and the whole girl code thing too, like even if you don't know them, it's that kind of thing. But one of the things I thought, like reasons to give a side piece, like reasons to give them to stop, is that if you were to be found out, like the amount of hate that you get, like one, the guilt you carry around with you, but then the amount of hate that you get as well is really hard to carry. So it's like, do you really want that? Do you really want to be bothered with all of that as well? And if he was to leave his partner or whatever for you, what makes you think he's not going to cheat on you as well? Like you always have that mistrust, but if you started your relationship off in that distrustful way, then that's going to carry on into your own relationship if that's what if you end up even getting that far. So it's not really worth it, really, is it? Yeah.
And I feel like, do they feel any guilt? Like surely they have some guilt. They live with, and the married guy. Oh, married person. Like,
So yeah, I mean the ones that I read, the serial ones, they don't seem to have guilt about it. Like they have that's just their thing, and they don't have any guilt because they don't feel that they're breaking up the marriage, I guess, because he's still with his partner or whatever, or they're still with their partner, so they don't feel they're doing anything wrong.
And does the wife or the other partner know about the side piece, or
no, it's not like an open relationship.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So yeah,
just well,
I know it's hard to I can imagine getting into it, but like being a side piece maybe for a short term, right? Like, so you're it could be like a self-worth issue, so you don't know your worth and you're just really down and you're just not feeling like you're not feeling yourself, you don't know things, so you kind of you like the attention, so you take the attention while you've got it, and your moral compass is a bit off at that point, but I would assume that would only last for a short term, and then something clicks in and you're like, hang on, this can't be right, and then you come out of it. But like I said, I really, we want to look into this because we don't know what goes through everyone's head. It would be different for everyone on how they become, get into this situation. But I guess I would just hope that it wouldn't be a long-term thing, that it would be, that you would find your worth and stuff and come out of it, at some point, just because I can't see that it would be any good for anyone long term,
So what would you say to those people though that like they're doing it and the married person is still going home and they're and let's say they have been doing it for I don't know how long, 5 years, 6 years, and there's been no issues? What do you say to those people who are probably thinking, we haven't got busted yet, we're all good,
Don't fix
no
what's not
moral
broken.
compass whatsoever. But there would be people like that, I think, out there.
Well, that's just it. You said yet.
What do you mean?
You haven't been busted yet.
You haven't been busted
Yeah.
yet. So you're kind of already predicting that it's gonna, you're gonna get busted, but you're just kind of waiting around for it.
Yeah. Because then you watch the movies, like it's almost like real life, and they're like, we've been seeing each other for 20 years.
Yeah.
And it's like, shit, how do you not get caught after 20 years or during 20 years? So I'm wondering if there are people like that.
Yeah.
And what do you say to people who are, I think, as arrogant, in thinking, we're never going to get caught?
So you need Jesus.
Pray.
You need Jesus, take the wheel.
Yeah.
And it's hard because if it has been working, that same thing, if it has been working and nobody's got caught and nobody is getting hurt, as such, because if you don't know, you can't be getting hurt, and it's not broken, why would you fix it, you know? And I guess that's the thing for a lot of people. I guess I think for me, I would just really look at the moral thing, you know, like really, like if you look at it logically and morally, can you really continue doing that? And what is it really doing for yourself? Like, I mean, that at some point, you have to stop lying to yourself and saying, oh, it's all good, and really say, actually, am I hiding something else? You know, am I really trying to cover up something else? So, yeah. But it's hard it's hard to tell somebody. They have to go through it themselves.
I wonder if they've been with this person for quite a long time, and then they start kind of believing, like, oh, maybe, you know, he'll get enough, he'll leave her and had enough of his wife and leaves her. Like, will it be the same when they come together later? Do you know? I wonder that. Would it be the same than how it was when they're hiding, you know?
Yeah,
like,
but that's if the person wants to get with that person.
yeah.
Now, what I'm saying is, what happens if they're not wanting to get with the person?
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
You know, and they're not getting busted.
Yeah, yeah.
It's that thing, you know, because there are some people out there who don't want to go and live with that person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there are some too who wonder, you know, what it would be like to live with them after, if coming out of that being a side chick and actually being the main chick. Do you know, would it make things any different? Would it become different? That'll be interesting, eh?
Yeah, I actually read that yesterday in a different article about a lady who said, if my the married guy that she's seeing, if he told me he was going to leave his wife, I would leave too, because I don't want that. Like, wow. I don't want to be his main chick. Yeah. And because she was like, you know, the excitement's gone, the novelty's gone, then he'll want to move in and he'll want all that couple crap, and I don't want that.
Yeah, and see, that's the thing, eh? I think the side chick thing is an excitement thing where, you know, you get the thrills, and majority comes from that, from feeling that way, like not wanting anything more than just either sex or just getting their attention, really, you know. But then if she becomes pregnant, oh, unlucky.
Unlucky, mate. Hey, isn't that the worst? Or if one of them gets COVID, and then you have to explain, where did you catch it?
Who sleeps with you, Casey, mate?
Can you imagine?
Who's breathing in your face?
Well, you can use that excuse. I read in the Herald today that apparently a girl in Italy caught gonorrhea. Is it gonorrhea? Is that gonorrhea?
I don't know.
Is that an STD?
Oh no,
no, I'm sure I've heard of it.
Yeah, so apparently she jumped in the water and she got this STD. So you can say you went to Italy and jumped in the water.
I don't think that's
There's some advice. It was actually
yeah. I think when COVID hit, that was probably one of the things I laughed at, going, oh man, you don't want to be playing up during COVID, man.
Oh my gosh.
Imagine being that first case.
Unlinked.
Like the one in Taupo recently, a strip club, the first case, and there's 4 people from the strip club that have got it, and it's like, I wonder
whose husbands are there.
Missus, you're going strip club.
Oh wow!
Did you get tested?
Oh. Nah, but the Poles got COVID.
Yeah, true, man.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so you've listened to this podcast and now you're like, you know what, AFAKASI Scoop, you're right. I need to stop being a side piece hoe. Oh, where did that come from? But how do I do that? What do I say to you, side piece?
So you're the side piece and you want to finish this. What do you do?
What do you do? What's some examples, T?
You can't do anything until you're true to yourself first. You can't do anything until you've made up your mind. I don't want to be a side piece, or I don't want to anything to do with that person. I am more than that. I am worth more.
I'm worth more.
Yeah, because if you're going to fucking say, I don't want to do it anymore, but you're not, it's fake, then there's no point. Okay, you're still going to be a hoe, regardless. You're going to, until you decide you're going to stop. And if you're married, focus on your family. If you don't want to focus on your family, get out of it. Go do your thing. But if you're ready, then that's when you have to make that decision. I'm done. I don't want to do it anymore. I'm worth more than that. That's my advice.
Wow. Like a boss.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think too, as part of that, you have to believe too that you're not a bad person. Like, there is no point in beating your ass up about this. Like you there will be enough people to do that for you. So it's people ready, standing in line, ready to tell you that and will call you.
I will
every
be
name.
right there.
Yeah, if you refer back to the last podcast. And just play, and then you will see all the hate that comes out. But yeah, I mean, you don't need to. It's the best thing you can do is make that decision, like T said, make the decision to stop, and then don't beat yourself up about it. Just move forward. Really figure out the reasons why you did it in the first place, because there's always reasons, guys. There's always reasons why you become a side piece. So, find out what that reason was and work on fixing those, that root cause. And, if you're going to do it 100. Don't go 1 foot in and 1 foot out, So, and I think letting the person know, like, let them know that this is what you're doing. Like, not just ghosts, like, not just, like, cut contact or block them or whatever. You got to say, hey, look, this is what I'm doing. I don't want this anymore, blah, blah, blah. And then block all contact, because then it's not a, they'll be still trying to get a hold of you, and if they are, then that goes anyway. But anyway, so yeah, that's what I reckon.
Absolutely.
So,
yep, you got to work on your self-love. I'm the love doctor, okay? Love yourself to know your worth. Stop rolling your eyes.
Can you sing that, please?
Oh, I'm gonna.
Oh,
wow. We're just gonna pause for a bit so I can follow Vale at her place. So you need to love yourself to know your worth and what you deserve. A man who will love you for you, and then only then the right guy will come along. I think you just need to believe in yourself. Fight for the good love, not be a second-hand person. You are way more worth than that. Like Rhea, cut all connection. Tell him, get out of here. I'm going to find me a real man. And then just cut all ties altogether, because no good will come out of it if you're just going to continue to, I'll just leave him on Facebook, but I'll cut him on Instagram and stuff. Just cut it all off. Cut them off and cut tea off. Problem solved.
Hey, but what do you think? So it's one thing for the side chick, and this is one of the things that came up in the playlist. What Pani said, it's one thing for the side piece to say, look, I don't want to do this anymore. But the person who's married or taken, that is doing the cheating, sometimes they don't let you go. Like, they'll keep pursuing you, So what do you think what do you kind of want to say to the married person about just letting the side piece go? Like, how do you get to them to kind of stop? Because that's one of the hardest things, I guess, as a side piece, is that you make a decision and you can be all strong and mighty and I'm ready, but if you've been in this for a long time and you say this, but and then he just keeps pursuing, the other person keeps pursuing, it can be quite hard to go, to keep staying strong, because you're I am strong turns into I'm strong. Like,
I'll just walk right up to him and I'll be like, shh, you can't have me no more. Don't touch me. Like that. And then
Such a eat ass.
onto the kalamoi. That's what I'll do. I'll walk up to, I'm gonna walk up.
Walk up.
Can't do this no more. Okay. And follow my bestie.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
We can be friends.
See? In sync, man.
Oh, great minds think alike. That's how you do it, girls. Okay.
Yeah.
But really,
Come back, Jack.
I'd come back tomorrow.
Wait, did we answer that question? Oh, yeah. So is that what you say? Don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's the advice to the other person? To the taken
what's your
person?
advice?
That was her advice. What's your advice to?
My advice.
Do you have any?
My advice to the married person.
Yeah, to the married person. If a side piece decides that they want to go,
Yeah.
to the married person
Yeah.
or the taken person.
Please don't go.
Okay, I wouldn't say that. Okay, I wouldn't say that. I would tell them, the married person, look, leave the side piece. This guy or chick needs to go and sort their lives out. You've got your life. You've got your marriage. You've got your family. Focus on that or get out of it. And there's no point in hurting people around you, even if you think you're not going to hurt them. They will find out in the end. What goes around comes around. What's that say? Ele se mea, ele fa'alia. And it's basically the same thing. So that's my advice. Yeah.
No, true. And I think too, for the married person, is just really having, especially if it's gone for a long time, if you've caught feelings or whatever, catch enough feelings that you respect this person enough to just, love them enough to let them go, because at the end of the day, you're still being quite selfish if you do, like T says, have your own family, but you're still trying to hold on to someone else who really wants to move on and do better for themselves, so have that respect for it sounds weird, but seriously, even like side pieces deserve respect, if they decide to change, then that's the turning point right there. So let them have that, just let them have that and let them go. What have you got next, T?
Okay, so fingers crossed, those of you that are side pieces or have side bits and pieces, hopefully you've decided just bits and pieces of chicken and fish. Hope you've decided on what you're going to do. Because we're so professional, we've given all our years of study around this.
Research.
Yeah, we put it into half an hour. So if you're thinking about having a side person, don't do it.
Don't do it.
Save yourself the trouble. Don't do it.
Oh, so drama.
Yes, you must celebrate your singledom or your marriagedom. Okay?
Yes, them.
Yes. So did you know last Thursday was Singles Day?
No, I didn't know until Rios mentioned it.
Yeah.
Well, Singles Day was started by 4 single men who were over being single, kind of like you guys sometimes. And they wanted to do their own Valentine's Day. So the date was November the 11th. It was chosen because it includes all the ones Lex 11, symbolic, and being single. It is now being one of the largest. It is now being one of the largest shopping days. This not make sense.
That doesn't make sense.
Who wrote that? It's now like a massive shopping day, like Black Friday. Like you celebrate, you go out, do the sales. So I'm not reading that.
There she is.
Because my gosh, I can't read. I'm like, what? Anywho, did you guys know about Singles Day? I already asked you that. Sin, what would you do on a Singles Day? What have you done in the past to celebrate it?
Oh, I haven't been single in the past. I didn't know
about it. Taken once, twice, 3 times.
I've never been single. Oh my
I didn't
God.
mean it like that. It's I was married. I didn't even know about Singles Day until Ria mentioned it last week, and I didn't know how popular it was. But wow, that's so cool. I saw one person who's single that I know of posted up on Insta, and I went, oh, That's right. It's
It
Singles
is
Day.
a thing, yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. And then she was talking about shopping, like Black Friday kind of.
Yeah.
They go crazy, eh?
Yeah.
And I saw some sales too on No Lemmings and stuff. And I was for Singles Day. I went, oh wow! And the kind of stuff they put up that were for sale on the Singles Day, which was like laptops, like single things.
I was going to say like
single
vibrators
items
and stuff like that.
Not at No
single
Lemming,
people?
I don't.
Yeah, yeah. Maybe they'll set peaches
single
and cream.
items.
Peaches
I
and
think.
cream.
Yeah,
Did they have a sale there?
but
Was it good?
interesting. Oh.
I don't know. Check your inbox. Yeah, I actually didn't know about Singles Day either until the ad came up on Facebook, I think. And it was, I think the warehouse had like 11% off because it was the 11th of the 11th. So they have 11% off for Singles Day. I go, what the hell is Singles Day? So then, of course, I Google it. And then I saw that it was that. And I didn't realize how massive it was.
Yeah.
And then, of course, after that, I started getting all the singles ads, like for No Lemming and all of that. And I was going, why are you targeting me?
I think because we talk about it, you know how it picks up and stuff. Oh my God.
Yeah, well then I had a look at No Lemming and what they were selling, and I think they think single people are really rich because it was like earphones now only $359. I'm like,
Only.
yeah, I know, right? And everything was like expensive, and I was going, oh, single people got money. So,
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, that is the first I ever heard of it too. But apparently, yeah, it's a big thing. So yeah, I didn't though. I saw your post on Insta, and then I posted on Facebook about Singles Day because I had forgotten about it as well. But it's not so big here in New Zealand, but definitely they do their biggest sales in China, like in Alibaba, and that they have like they do record sales on that day. That's a lot of single people. And what I did read too is that they actually have turned it into where it used to be about celebrating being single. They've now turned it into where single people can couple up or like find somebody on. So it's like a massive dating,
Like a
day.
dating, yeah.
Like a meetup type.
So cool.
Yeah. So that's different. But look, I've
I
been.
need to fly you over.
I know,
We all
right?
need to go over.
Go find me a singer. So, although my dentist is saying he's quite good looking. As I saw as I was having my root canal done. What the?
We need to go to the dentist then.
Oh my God. Let's take you again and get a number.
You need some teeth out, eh?
Yours first for my fist.
But yeah, on celebrating singledom and stuff, I've been single for a while now, as we know from our past episodes that we've talked about it. But I've come across some pretty common misconceptions about single people. Like she must be lonely, there's something wrong with her. The worst one I've heard, and I really hate this one, is about being a single mum, and it's about the kids are doomed to fail because you're a single parent, and there's actually a stat around that which I can't stand. But it ain't true. It's a very big generalized thing. I think initially as a single person there is that kind of loneliness as you come out of the whole coupled up type stuff, but definitely now at this point I find being single quite freeing. Like there's a lot of freedom in it, and one of the things that I like the most is not having to ask or let someone know that I'm going somewhere. Like if I go, oh, I'm going to go over to T's house or whatever, there's not like, oh, is it alright if I go over to T's house? It's kind of like, okay, Casper, I'm going to T's house. Anybody that cares, I'm going to T's house. Like, and then if you have a few and you want to stay the night, you stay the night. Like there's no one to, there's nothing to kind of hold you back from that. So I guess that's one of the biggest things I found about being single that I have enjoyed is that freedom. Is there anything that you guys miss about being single, Sin?
I think having your own money. I think a lot of people miss having your own money or more money. Another thing is, like you said, making choices without worrying about anyone's feelings. Not answering to anyone. Not that I have to answer to anyone now.
Yes, always.
Just
Always
remember, just that freedom and getting to have time to myself. Because when you're married, you have family, you don't get that time. You try and find that time to find yourself again, or not find yourself, but have that time to yourself. So that could be another one.
I think for me it's the same as what both of you said. It's being able I miss being able just to go anywhere, like just get up and go, and not having to say I'm going to. It's just get your bag and go. Not having to worry about, oh my gosh, have the kids eaten yet? Blah blah blah. Yeah. And the shopping, because I was like, man, thinking back to when I had nothing kids, I was shopping all the time, man. Yeah. Now I'm just there pack and save. And that stink. Well, take the kids to the mall to feed the children. It's not for myself. I have the same clothes from how many years ago now?
Me too.
So, yeah, it's just the little things. And I guess, but then don't get me wrong, I wouldn't change it for the world, my children. But yeah, just little things that you sort of miss,
Yeah, the children are a given. It's more the single, it's more the husband part.
Yeah, just go, man.
Of course, we love having the children.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's now you got to solar real fast before they ask for something.
So do you guys think that single people are happier? Are you happier, Rhea?
Yeah, I think you go through stages. So right now I am like happy as right now, being single. I've really held on to this whole single thing, and I've really enjoyed it of late, but it's definitely a stage thing. In the beginning it's really hard, because you're missing that comfort type stuff. I don't know if we're happier, but yeah, I'm happier. I know I'm happier than I guess I was when things were bad. Yeah. So it depends on what's going on in the relationship too. But yeah, I don't think depends on the situation. T?
Do I think single people are happier? I think it's half and half. Like they're happier because they have more money, they have more freedom. But then on the flip side, at night time, they don't have anyone to go home to, or anyone to talk to, or share about their day. And I guess that's what's missing. So it's half and half. I think it depends on they're happy during the day and sad at night time. Unless they're out clubbing and drinking, then they're happy in the night time too. That's from my 6 years of study.
Wow.
Happy in the day, sad.
Man. You're so university gay, mate.
I know. I should be a lecturer.
No. Yep, like you guys, I think single people. I actually think it depends, like on age, maybe where they're at. Like you said, Bria, stages. I laughed because I think I said that in the next question, that you go through kind of stages within your life of being single. And I think like what T said, you want to you're happy with the freedom, making your own choices, getting all your money, and then you're missing that. But I think that comes with the age, because when you're single in your 20s, you ain't thinking about who you're cuddling at night time. You're sleeping around, man.
Yeah, that's
you're cuddling heaps of people at night
time. That's what heaps of people coming into your bed. And so, I think that's what I think. When you're hitting 30, you go, okay, you're slowly one person.
T has a question.
Oh, T.
What if not everyone's sleeping around when they're 20? What if they're like mature like I was in my 20s, and you just wanted a nice one boyfriend? Because that's all I could find.
I was going to say, we are good girl. We just...
Well, you answered your own question. You answered your own question, my friend.
I didn't ask my question.
That was your question. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, I think you're right, son, about the ages thing too, because I guess if you're single and 20, then that's okay. But I think one of the reasons why I'm I don't know if I was at this age, if I was 41 now and single but had no children, I think I would have a different issue.
Yeah.
I think I'd be sadder that I was single because the biological clock is kind of, so I may not feel as, but I guess now because I've already had the kids, I kind of feel like, oh, that thing's out of the way,
back to 20.
I'm now going back to 20. So, I'm back to
we'll go back.
Rotating now.
Nah.
And we jump on going back with her.
Oh, yeah, because, we have to support.
We do. We do have
to
you
have to, for my security,
Yes, we do.
We always do.
Yeah, that's true. So I guess we kind of already answered that. Is it better to be single or with a partner? Kind of depends, eh? You reckon, just in stages, eh?
Yeah, that's where the stages,
yeah. Because for some people, when they go single and they have kids, then it's harder financially.
Yeah.
I mean, we said it's great financially, but that's if you're single with no kids. If you're single with kids, it can be a bit harder, I guess. Yeah. So, and that's when, I don't know.
Yeah,
it's all right. You just have to have a really good budget, and then you'll be
really good budget.
Yeah. And when you're single younger, you're discovering who you are. You're not really thinking about who you're, going to bed at night time or you're finding somebody. That I think that kind of comes later if you're busy, like at doing stuff, like what you want, boyfriends, or decide.
Being a side chick.
So having a side person now?
Having a side chick.
Being a side chick yourself at 20 and jumping up.
to the 50-year-old married man.
You're going backwards. Then you call him your daddy.
Yeah, tatty. That's tatty.
So whoever sent that tatty, I know what you've been up to.
I know what you did last summer.
I know what you've done.
True way. Do you think in our culture though that it's weird being 40, around 40 and single still? Do you think that's weird for our culture, for our Pacific Island culture?
I thought the question was going to be, is it weird that there are side people? I was like, no.
No, it's so much.
That was not the question. So, can you repeat what you said, please?
In our culture, do you think it's weird that you're over 40 and single? No, for Pacific Islanders, how do you see it as a Pacific Islander?
Seriously, to be honest, I never thought about any of that until I saw this question. My thing is, I think I'm assuming back in the day, it would probably be looked upon as quite embarrassing that you haven't had a husband and no kids. They're probably, how whakakala again. Oh, lale, lese whāngau, I say lesbian. Straight to the West. Although now I'm not too sure whether culture is, culture is the same or a bit at ease with that now. To be honest, I don't know. Because I've never kind of thought whether it's or seen anyone who's 40 with no husband or kids, or had a husband but or single and got kids.
I think it's sort of, it's like you think about our families in Samoa and stuff. There are always family members who are single, over 30, over 40. They're staying back to look after the maumanga or to look after the the family plantation. Yeah, I was trying to figure out how do you say it in English? Maumanga, the plantation, the kalo, everything you're gonna koko.
Plantation.
Plantation. So there are those people that are normally they're single or they haven't had a boyfriend or a girl, or they're not married. So there are usually the one or two that stay back to help the family in that sense, that where they are single. But I think in our culture, it's not really a massive cultural thing. They will whakope you to, hurry up and have kids if you're a girl. Hurry up, have kids, have to get, marry the palangi first and then they have the kids and then blah, blah, blah. So I guess when you do become divorced, or single, some parents are happy, some families are happy with it because they couldn't stand the person. And then you have some people who think more about what other people think, looking into the family, and that ma thing comes in, and I don't know, where I would prefer the family that would support you 100% in the decision that you made for you. But then, but there's always going to be that, you know, that this is happening. It's like, oh my gosh, it's not about your friends, sisters, husbands, brothers, cousin. It's about me.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, it goes back to those misconceptions that people have about single people, you know. And I mean, I've got a single relative who is older, and she wouldn't have it any other way. She loves it. And whenever I talk about, I think I might start dating again and stuff, she's like, what for? Just stay, you know, single and blah blah blah. You know, like it's the most, you know, amazing thing ever. So I guess it depends too on your own personal experience and how, you know, because you do have those ones that have got to a certain age and still haven't got over 40 and still haven't, and that's their own choice. A lot of people too choose to chase career first before settling down, and so then all of a sudden they find that they're over 40 and still haven't had children or thing. And then there's I don't know if there's a stigma about it, but there's definitely, I guess, pressure that, you know, to kind of find somebody. But I reckon just leave them alone, mate. Everyone to themselves. And, you know, you'd rather them be single and happy rather than go jump into a relationship just for the hell of having a relationship and it's a gay one, you know, and be upset. So just leave them alone.
Yeah.
Because you might jump into a relationship and then your muckers get full and it's like, well, because I was supposed to have a child, you know, I was getting rushed. Can you make it the other side? You know, but that's another podcast. We'll leave there.
In itself, eh?
In itself.
Do you guys have any friends who can't stand being single and will just like settle for someone just because they don't want to be alone?
I don't really think I've got many single friends. It's just Ria. But she's
and I'm
special
awkward.
single. Yeah, because I'm looking fun to going dating with her.
Like, you know, support.
Support!
Of course,
we are going to the boat. Okay.
Yes. How fun.
Yeah, I don't think I know any single people either. I think that's part of my problem. I don't know any other single people, so I hang out with married people. That's why I'm never going to find me anyone, because I'm always hanging out with people who are already married.
Right.
And I think I know a lot of people who want to be single. The opposite.
Yeah, I think it's the other way around.
It's the other way
Do
around.
you have any friends who
They
are
want to be
married
single.
but want to be single?
Plenty.
Say all their names,
I
man.
can't even. I'm knowing everybody. Man. Yeah.
I'm gonna blast you all.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't. I can't answer that question.
No, and I don't.
No.
I'm trying to think if I have single friends. No, everyone. No.
Everyone is in an unhappy relationship.
Yeah.
Everyone is a side chicken.
Side tuna.
A side tuna. No, tuna's too nice. What's another mea? Cauliflower. It's still a week of cauliflower. You are cauliflower, mate. Big bushy cauliflower.
Big bushy white cauliflower.
Cauliflower.
And on that note, I think we need to close this Side Chicks and this
broccoli
podcast off. Do you guys have any final comments that you want to share? Any more wisdom, pearls of wisdom that you want to leave with our listeners before we close Side Chicks and Dicks off?
Yeah. T wants a cucumber.
Shame, I want that big purple thing.
Oh, the eggplant.
Yeah. I got nothing. Okay.
Yeah, thank goodness.
I got nothing.
Fakali, if you want to be a side piece,
Here we go, Dr. Phil.
Here we go.
be at base with yourself. Okay?
Be a base bar.
Yeah.
But it's not open anymore.
Be a base bar, because that's where all the side hoes are. Oh.
No, they were all down at Shakers.
Oh, good. I was at base bar.
Can you guys stop with your bringing out all those clubs that were never are closed? Man, those
not
clubs
closed.
were like shut down like
It's not close.
20 years ago, mate.
Loungers, Ginger Bar still pumping.
Yeah, ginger bar.
When was the
yeah.
last time you guys went to Ginger? When was the last time you went to Ginger Bar?
Last
Tea?
week.
What year was that?
Yeah, mine's last night, Saturday.
Oh, you didn't call
During
me.
COVID?
Yeah. Thank you everyone for tuning in today. That's another episode of AFAKASI Scoop. I can't even say AFAKASI Scoop fast. AFAKASI Scoop.
That is us. But hey, we wanted to make a shout out to those of you, our listeners who have already signed up to support our network with the monthly contribution. We honestly, can we give them a
Thank you.
You know who you are.
You know who you are. We can't say it because of privacy reasons. But honestly, thank you so much. We honestly appreciate it heaps. And we are working on getting some exclusive content together for our contributors to enjoy. So watch this space. If you haven't done so yet and you can spare us less than just a cappuccino a month, my cappuccinos are $7.10 now. Is anyone else paying that much?
I think it's cheaper. I think it's cheaper to donate to WESWES.net than get a cappuccino.
Yeah, it literally is. So, if you can afford one cappuccino a month, please send it to us. Head over to the WESWES Network website, weswesnet.com. At the top of the homepage, there is a red support us button, and that is where you can sign up to make your contributions. When you sign up, you'll get an email and you can log in to see... You're not there. You can log in to see your payments. So if anything changes with your circumstances, you know what? Don't support these guys. They suck. And if anything changes with your circumstances, you can have control to change, pause, or stop your payments. So you're not locked in. You know what? Don't support him.
I'm trying to do actions to support you.
Remember too that if you are not able to do that, you can help us for free by liking and sharing our content and keep engaging with us online. Please turn off her camera.
One last thing. Just want to thank you everybody that voted for us on the New Zealand podcast. Thank you so much for your vote. And not thank you to New Zealand broadcast.
Oh wow.
Anyway,
that's another podcast. That was all rubbish.
Podcast.
Yeah.
Actually, you can, while we are here, you can check out, there is an upcoming episode on Empty Out the Clip, another one of the podcasts on the network. So check that out. Go to our the WESWES Network Facebook page or Instagram page to see the latest that comes out from anyone from our network and also our website. But yeah, that's it from us. Everyone take care, stay safe, and a goodbye.
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 So long.